In 2005, the disappearance of young American student Natalee Holloway caused a stir across the globe. Natalee had gone to the Caribbean for a vacation, but she never returned. The case turned into a gripping mystery, particularly after investigations suggested the involvement of notorious Dutch poker player Joran van der Sloot. His shadow loomed large over the proceedings, creating a sense of dread. As questions continued to swirl, a significant breakthrough occurred when a secret recording surfaced. It contained a confession from Joran about his involvement in Natalee's death. His words, delivered nonchalantly, resembled that of an indifferent storyteller. This raised doubts about whether they were made under the influence of marijuana, leading the court to be unable to treat them as valid evidence, ultimately allowing him to walk free temporarily. However, this freedom marked the beginning of a deeper regret, as it soon became evident that Natalee was not Joran's only victim, but rather a starting point in a chilling series of brutal crimes he had committed. On August 6, 1987, Joran Andreas Petrus van der Sloot was born in Arnhem, the Netherlands. As a child with blonde hair and curious blue eyes, he moved with his family to a small island in the Caribbean, a paradise governed by the Netherlands. There, the soft sands nurtured the dreams of children, and Joran grew up in comfort due to his parents' professions, providing him and his siblings with excellent educational opportunities. From a young age, Joran showed a remarkable inclination for sports and exhibited a relentless passion for competition, partaking in local tennis and football tournaments while establishing a reputation as a bright and energetic student. His achievements earned him honors, painting the image of a gifted child and an athletic talent. However, the narrative shifted when he turned 6. Signs of rebellion began surfacing behind his innocent facade, manifesting through challenging his father's authority. Joran eventually chose to leave home, seeking independence in an adjacent guest house affiliated with his family's residence. This change led him into a nightlife rife with temptation, where he immersed himself in the alluring world of wealth and gambling. The poker tables at local casinos became his favored haunt, filled with laughter, cigarettes, and scattered money. After completing high school, Joran enrolled in a business college, but soon dropped out, diving into work that left him unfulfilled, particularly financially. His increasing need for money, alongside his gambling obsession, led him to commit theft against his parents. When discovered, they sought help from a psychologist in a bid to redirect his life, yet therapy yielded no positive outcomes. On May 30th, 2005, fate thrust him into a life-altering event when he met American student Natalee Holloway, who was vacationing on the island with friends. An eager interaction turned into a moment of trust as he offered her a ride back to her hotel, marking the last time she was seen alive. The following day, concern swept over her friends when she failed to appear at the hotel lobby as planned. Checking her room, they discovered only her clothes and passport, sending a wave of panic that prompted them to alert the authorities about her mysterious disappearance. Joran, as the last known person with Natalee, became a focal point of the investigation. He claimed they went to a local bar together, but later argued, leaving her at the hotel while he returned home. As the police scrutinized his testimony, surveillance footage showed no evidence of Natalee returning to her room, contradicting his claims. Memory from a close friend of Natalee further complicated his narrative, providing details of her last moments as she entered Joran's car. However, the police struggled to gather sufficient evidence to link Joran directly to Natalee's vanishing. In hopes of unraveling the truth, an extensive search began. Divers scanned the ocean depths, and volunteer efforts from Natalee's family ramped up, offering rewards for information. Time passed tragically without any leads, and years slipped by, wherein the fate of Natalee remained shrouded in mystery. Her mother published a book detailing her daughter's story, attempting to keep her memory alive and raise awareness to prevent similar tragedies from occurring to other travelers. While Natalee's family fought to maintain public interest in the case, Joran attempted to reshape the narrative around him, publishing a book titled The Natalee Holloway Case, aiming to portray himself as an innocent bystander. His tactics failed to sway public opinion, and in December 2007, Dutch authorities officially closed the case due to a lack of tangible evidence. However, the fascination with Joran persisted. He had become a professional poker player, catching the attention of investigative journalists eager to uncover new leads. In pursuit of answers, one journalist engaged a private investigator to meticulously follow Joran's activities. The investigator employed a clever approach, gradually assimilating into Joran's life until gaining his trust and managing to record conversations about that fateful night. One evening, under the influence of alcohol and drugs, Joran began spilling secrets about Natalee. The shocking confession, wherein he spoke cavalierly of the circumstances surrounding her death, reverberated across media platforms. He recounted how Natalee had suddenly begun convulsing and then ceased to breathe, presenting his account in a matter-of-fact manner. Alarmed, he called a friend to help dispose of the body, leading to Natalee being dropped into the ocean, leaving no traces behind. Once the investigator spread the recordings, authorities were compelled to act swiftly, arresting Joran and charging him with first-degree murder. Though initially possessing compelling evidence, Joran's legal team pushed back, arguing that the recordings were made without a warrant and thus inadmissible in court. The legal maneuvering ultimately led to the charges being dropped, allowing Joran to return to a life of freedom, an outcome that authorities would regret intensely. In March 2010, Joran's audacity escalated when he approached Natalee's family, demanding $250,000 for details about her death. The family, shocked by this brazen act, alerted the FBI, who orchestrated a sting operation. However, Joran outsmarted them, fleeing to Peru as soon as he received payment, knowing there was no extradition treaty in place. In Peru, he entered a poker tournament where he met 21-year-old student Stephanie Flores Ramirez. They hit it off, but shortly after leaving the casino together, Stephanie became the victim of Joran's violent tendencies. Her body was found in a hotel room days later, suffering from severe trauma and a fatal neck injury, evident of a brutal murder. Fleeing once again, Joran advanced quickly into Chile, but authorities worked collaboratively to apprehend him. Arrested in June 2010, he faced severe charges related to Stephanie's death. As the trial proceedings began in Lima, Joran's strategy was to downplay his culpability, characterizing the incident as an accident. Nonetheless, when faced with the evidence, he found himself detailing how the situation escalated until he resorted to strangling Stephanie in a fit of anger, robbing her afterward in his effort to escape. In January 2012, he accepted plea deals, receiving a lengthy prison sentence of 28 years, in addition to financial restitution mandated to Stephanie's family. Joran was transferred to a high-security prison where he struggled to adapt, eventually trying to regain control of his life through education and personal relationships. However, old habits resurfaced amidst new conflicts, leading to further trouble as he attempted to maneuver through life behind bars. Despite the tumultuous path Joran took, he remained a controversial figure. Faced with his own moral reckoning, he recorded shocking confessions about both murders, underscoring his propensity to manipulate narratives, even in captivity. These reflections led viewers to grapple with the duality of his character, both a criminal mastermind and a deeply flawed individual. As we conclude this comprehensive account of Joran van der Sloot's gruesome actions and the cyclical nature of his violence, we invite your thoughts and opinions on the horrifying events detailed here. Please share your insights in the comments below and support our channel for more detailed accounts of tragic criminal cases.